am. Thank you for notifying my viewers that I am live. Good morning. Hey, I'm here to answer your clutter questions or get you motivated for the day. This is something new for me to do these TikTok lives, and also to do them so freaking early in the morning, at least for me. I don't know about you. But I wanted to show up at a time where people, where you might have some time to just, I don't know, think about what you want to do for the day and how you can make today a really cool day for yourself. So if you're struggling with clutter, put a comment in the chat. Again, I don't know where people are at in their lives, if you're getting ready for work or whatever, but I just want to let you know that, like, what I'm doing right now is an example of, if you want to change something in your life, you have to do something different, right? So for example, if you want to declutter your home, you need to do some things differently. You need to have some, do some good habits. For me right now, I decided I wanted to, make more people aware of what I do for coaching and me and how I do it and how I show up and when I show up and the words that I use and different things like that. And so one of the fun ways I have realized that I can introduce myself to people that I don't know that might need me, might want some help decluttering, is to introduce myself and show this is who I am. So my name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach. And what that means is that I work with you to not only just declutter your home, and excuse me, it's pretty early where I am. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I literally just got a reminder that I have a class at 8. And what I do is I help you figure out basically, like, what do you want your life to look and feel like, and then kind of like a road trip, how to get you on the road. You're the one behind the wheel driving towards the life you want to look at, you want to love, right? And I'm your co-pilot. I am next to you in the car. You're the one with your hand on the wheels and the foot on the gas or the brake. So you decide if we go forward or back. You decide where you steer your life. My metaphor is road tripping and travel and pretty much anything else. So you're the one who decides. You're the one behind the wheel. Maybe this will be a good way for us to kind of, ease into this. So think of this. If there's one image I can plant a seed in your brain to just think about, is you are, and when you're in your car today, next time you're in your car, think about this. You're the one who is in the driver's seat at all times in your life. From now until the time you're dead, you are in the driver's seat in your life. And you had been too back in the day, right? You just may not have noticed it. This metaphor, I didn't even think of it until maybe like 5-6 years ago. And it freaking has revolutionized my life because it takes the drama out of, thinking of what you want to do in your life, what you have to do. You are behind the wheel. So you have this wonderful opportunity to go forward when you step on the gas, to stop on the brakes if things aren't working out, but especially because you have your hands on the steering wheel. So think about it today when you're in the car and you have your hands on the steering wheel, is I can steer my life in any direction that I want it to go to, right? So if your life isn't 100% or even, any percent the way you want it to be, the first thing to do is, just like on a road trip, is figure out where you're headed. Like, okay, my life isn't great. What are the parts that I want to change about my life? And let's start driving towards that, right? So I love this metaphor so much, and that's why I show up and I want to help people with that. It relates to clutter. It relates to, life goals, romance, I don't even know, like weight loss, whatever you want to do. If you always remind yourself that you are the one in the driver's seat. Now, that doesn't mean that you haven't been influenced by other people, either people in your real life or the people up here. The people up here that have influenced you, and you can always tell who has influenced you by how you're driving, okay? So here's my framework too, and let this help you as well. You are in the driver's seat, but you're not alone in your car. You are in your driver's seat. You have invisible passengers. You've got backseat drivers. right? You have people who are going to try to convince you to drive how they want you to drive and where they want you to drive. Those are your backseat drivers. But this is the best part, and this is the part that it took me a while to get, but once I did, I was like, holy Moses, this is awesome, is you also have a co-pilot next to you in the passenger seat. Your co-pilot is oftentimes pretty quiet only because they often can't get a word in edgewise because of your backseat drivers. I picture my backseat drivers as little kids in like car seats. They're so little. And they're afraid of change. They want to go to the places that are familiar. And so they are going to stop you. They are going to do what they can. Oh, that's right. I can do this to do comments. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Your backseat drivers are scared little kids that don't want change. They're in your backseat, but they will do anything to get you to not drive to where you want to go to, but to drive to where they want to go to. Now, I always use this example because it is so apt, is I will readily admit I am not a mother. I do not have my own children, and I am so fine with that. But I am an auntie. And when I have been Auntie Beth, when my nieces and nephew were little kids, and they were the little kids in the back seat in their car seats. And Robin, I can't drive there and help, but we could work one-on-one on Zoom, and I can give you some driving lessons. Okay, I could metaphorically sit next to you and teach you how to remind you how to drive towards what's important. That's how I help. Okay. So my little kids, my nieces and nephew were back seat, and I used to write travel guides, and I have a website all about vintage places to go eat and go bowling and all this stuff. So anytime I would visit home, I would want to go to some place like a vintage diner and take them with me so I could go do it, and I would also expose them to something different, something new, change, but of the good kind. I knew when we got there, basically the fun thing for little kids is that if you go to a diner, you can have breakfast all day, and they usually have pancakes. But the little kids in the back seat didn't want change. All they wanted was to go through the McDonald's drive-thru. Let's just go and get some nuggets, right? And so when I said, no, we're going to go to a diner, they would pitch a fit. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They would do what they could to convince me to not drive where I wanted to go, but to drive to where they wanted to go. Now, the great thing is that when you realize that they can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but you're the one who has the hands on the wheel and can actually take the action and decide whether you want to go to. You can listen to them and believe them and drive to where they want to go or not go anywhere at all. Or you can say, hey, you know what? But I know when we get to that diner, you get to have breakfast all day. The bacon's really good. It's an adorable place I want to photograph. All this cool, fun stuff. So we're just going to go there, and it's going to be fun. Like, trust me, you know? And I have many methods in my coaching that I share about basically what I call how to calm down the kids in the back seat so that they quiet down, so that you can listen for the words of your co-pilot who's saying, yeah, you got this. This is going to be so much fun. Your co-pilot is like me. Like, I play like I'm your co-pilot while we're coaching, and even on these things that I do today, to show you how you can also talk to yourself. You can listen for this voice in your head that says, you've got this, you can do this. Where are we going? That's going to be fun. How do we get there? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Like, if you're on a road trip from, I'm right outside of Philly, and I want to drive to Palm Springs because it's freaking cold here, and I love Palm Springs, right? So it's a big, long trip, and I can't do it in a day, but the excitement of me starting will get me on the road, and then getting on the turnpike, and then heading west, and I don't know, going through Ohio, wherever, that motivation, that excitement to change and being excited about where I'm headed will make all the difference. So I ask you, so hey, crazy 8 family kids, you're right. Your ADHD is your backseat driver. You think about it. Like, ADHD is like, your brain going all over the place, creative and fun and, goofy and whatever. Like, it's like little kids in the back seat. But they're just in the back seat. No matter how much they try, their arms are little. And they cannot reach the steering wheel. But they can convince you by what they say to you where you drive and if you drive at all. And if you go like, here we are going squirrel, or here we are, we're going to stop. Oh, here we are. Oh, wait, well, I don't even know where I'm going, so I don't even start, So you have it. See, that was your co-pilot giving you a wisdom of nugget from your own brain. I didn't see that. I didn't say that. You did. And it's spot on, you know? So I'm showing up, talking about change, talking about doing something different to get your life going different, right? I have never showed up for a TikTok live at 7 o'clock in the morning on a weekday before. But I've done a couple of TikTok lives on the weekend, and people have had such, like, I really feel like people have gotten something out of it. They've told me that, you know. If you have any questions on clutter or getting your life to where you want to go, please hop it into comments. I totally get it. If during this time of day you may be busy getting your life going, you know, I don't know, making breakfast. Maybe you're just in bed scrolling because it's nice and warm, whatever. So I get it if all you can do is listen. Consider this, and I said this to somebody the other day, is consider this like a podcast. Like, you don't have to look at me. I just talk and move my hands, right? But you can just listen and you'll get something out of it. The fear to drive is scary, but now I'm a trucker. Okay, you can be a trucker. Breaker 19, you know, anybody get their ears on? Go for it. Whatever metaphor works for you, basically to help you take action with a good vibe in your gas tank about where you're headed in your life is what I'm here for. And I show you and I teach you how to do that because I have done that before in my life. Okay, you can do this too. Get excited about your destination. And Jen and Atticus, I'm transitioning into it. Get excited about your destination. What do you want your life to look and feel like before you start any project? And say, yeah, this is going to lead me to that. So Jen and Atticus, you've got storage. You have 2 big storage things forever. Okay, your destination might be, oh my gosh, I want to get those. It will feel so great to have those storage units cleared out. Now, this shows the limitations of coaching like this versus just being one-on-one in particular. So I will say this. Think about how great it's going to feel when you have those empty, and keep that in your gut, in your mind when you move forward. And then if you have 2 big ones, and big, I love watching and listening to the words people use. Big can maybe make it feel like it's overwhelming. And here's something I want to share with all of you, and I will repeat many of the things that I say. I repeat and repeat and repeat because repetition gets it until it paves a new road. See what I did there? I talk about driving. Paves a new road in your brain to make this connection. So when you hear the word overwhelm, when you feel overwhelmed, you think of, aha, that just means I need to chunk it on down smaller. Okay? So here's what I would offer is just start. Go there. Just try to deal with one at a time. Get excited about every progress you make. Take a before picture before you even start. And then even when you work for 20 minutes, take a before picture, set the timer on your phone for 20 minutes and work on it. When that timer goes up, high five yourself, congratulate yourself, and give yourself that dopamine rush of accomplishment that you showed up even for 20 minutes. It counts. Because then if you take a picture again, it's different from the first one you took. You have made progress. You have made decisions. Even if the stuff is messy and technically it hasn't moved around, you have made decisions about what to do with the stuff. And then you act on those decisions. So maybe you found some things that you know you want to bring home. Maybe you found some things you know you want to donate to a charity. Maybe you found some things that you're like, you know what, I'm just going to throw this in the trash. Whatever. The making of the showing up and making decisions that lead towards the life you want, that's where it is all at. Okay? So here we are. Okay. You lose your focus because your fear is in the back seat. Ames, I got to share with you. Again, you have the wisdom in you. I am the only one to highlight this, to let you guys know. You are so right. Fear, if there's one word that says what's in your backseat drivers at all times, it's fear. Okay? So you're spot on. But the cool thing is, if you imagine your fears, anytime you hear a fearful voice in your head, picture it as coming from a scared little kid in the backseat of your car and see how that changes it. They're not this giant looming thing. You may think they're giant and looming only because you've only seen their shadow. But when you turn around and look and see who's talking to you and telling you all those scary things, it's not something big and scary. It's a scared little kid who just doesn't want you to change. It's their really awkward way of keeping you safe. Okay? But here's the cool thing. Fear in the backseat drivers, you've got a co-pilot. Co-pilot is love. fear in the back seat, co-pilot in the passenger seat, who's love, who all your co-pilot wants you to do is to be driving your life in any direction that gets you to where you like light up and you are living your most awesome, authentic, fabulous, fun, cool life. Okay? So good one that you noticed that the fear is in the back seat. Okay. I am a gold mine. Thank you. So here, let me offer this. Please follow my page here on TikTok, because then I post videos every day, which I'll have to remind myself to do some videos today. And you'll also be notified when I do these lives. I've decided, for the hell of it, to show up every day this week for 4 days to do some lives, to reach more people, to do that. The other thing I'll offer really quickly is I have a website, I have a mailing list. I'm going to send you to my website for 2 things. One is, if you struggle with keeping up with boring, mundane habits that would keep you decluttered, I have the thing, and I usually have it in front of me, but it's a habit tracker that you get for free when you sign up for my mailing list. It's really simple. It's super easy. I made it myself, like on Excel or something, but it works. I use it all the time to help you track your habits. So you get that for free if you sign up for my mailing list. And then also, if you're on my mailing list, I do once a month for free, just for the people on my mailing list, I do a Zoom call, which is kind of like this, but better, because we get to actually talk as opposed to just you guys typing. Okay? The other thing too is, if you want one-on-one coaching with me, I specialize in one-on-one Zoom coaching with people who are stuck with clutter and stuff. So I don't have to be at your house. You can be in any state, any country in the world. And because of the power of Zoom, you and I can meet for 10 weeks or 20 weeks or however long you want to do it. And we decide, I help you get your life to where you know how to get your life to where you want it to look and feel. Okay? I see some comments in here, so please, that's my website, destinationdecluttered.com. And this morning, because I have a class at 8 o'clock, I'm only going to be on here for, like, I said a half an hour. I'll maybe give you 40 minutes, okay? What do we got here? Okay. Drive is scary. Just want to make sure I got this. 2 big ones. I'm glad you need this. Fear is in the backseat. What if you're not used to getting excited about your destination? Yeah, here's the funny thing. You just have to reinvigorate yourself about it in any way you can. And I kind of love pooflong. That's hysterical. Question why you're driving there, first of all. Like, anything you do, if you can find some, and here's a motivation, and I will tell you this, like, sometimes your motivation with getting decluttered and staying this way is, won't it feel so great to not have to do this again? With your big decluttering projects, if you've had clutter that's, built up, the great thing is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be so excited to get this over with. Or you have to do your dishes. I'm in my kitchen, so I'm pointing to my sink. You got to do the dishes. There are things that come up all the time. What do you say? I'm going to do this. My excitement is to do this as quickly and easily to get this done. So it's done, and I have used such a small amount of time that I'm going to be so excited for it to not take over my life, and then I have a whole bunch of time. Whatever gets you in that zone of it, and if it's a bigger project, really sit there. And I have a form I use. I use it myself when I'm coaching, and when I coach myself every morning, to remind myself to rev up my engine, to warm up my engine, to get gas in my tank, to get excited about where I'm headed, right? And just, I don't know, think about that. I hope that helps. This is cool. Okay, so here's the great thing, Jen and Atticus, about storage units. And this is the thing that I will say to you, and I will say to people, and it's not about me making money, but like, oftentimes people say, oh, I don't have money for coaching, but you have money. Think about how much money that you have spent on just storing your stuff. You're paying a check every month, 2 things. So here's a motivation for you. Think of how awesome it's going to feel when, like, how much money you're going to make by not spending the money on storage units. Like, and what that money could go towards. It could go to a fun vacation. I love to travel. I travel as much as I can. I coach when I'm traveling. So think about what you could do with that money. That's also a motivator to be like, yeah, let's make $400 a month, whatever it is. Get that money back, okay? Try it. All right, what else do we have here? Ooh, I thought I saw somebody. It's a little bit difficult for me. I'm still working on this. Okay, so website is Retro Roadmap. Oh, excuse me, that's my other one. Can you tell it's early? Is destinationdecluttered.com. It's in, if you're on TikTok, when you go, and if you like my page, there's, I think, a link to it right there. Okay. Okay, somebody is really struggling. Oh, okay. You know what? Okay, so here's a funny thing. Oh goodness. So I will get to these. Okay, I can wash but fold and put away. Break it down into smaller things. Congratulate yourself for washing. Literally, I had to turn off the dryer to do this thing, right? And then take it out of the dryer piece by piece and fold it, right? And then congratulate yourself on the folding, and then putting it away. Break it down into smaller chunks. And also, I'm going to say this: if you have somebody else in your if you're not living alone, you have other people in your home. Other people should be helping with these things. That it's not just your chores. Okay. How did I get into this line of work? I got into it because I grew up in an ADHD cluttered household. I was a cluttered collector for many years, and buying things and collecting things lit me up. But I realized at a certain point it was dragging me down, and I wanted to change. And I found a way that worked for me, not just to declutter my home, but I realized how great it felt. And I created a system where I was able to motivate myself every morning to drive towards the things I wanted to do. I ended up writing books. I created a video series. I've done all sorts of things that prior to this I never would have done. And I want to share this with people because it's gold. And I want other people to love their lives as much as I do. So that's how I decided. And basically, I just made a decision. I'm going to help people with this thing. I'm going to show up at 7 a.m. on a Monday on TikTok and help the world with what I'm good at that they may be struggling with. Somebody's mentioning, Jen, you're saying you're a housekeeper and work for a lady who has a shopping problem. Yeah, so here's the thing. She wants to get rid of anything but is really struggling. Okay, here's the thing. All of us, we know how hard it is to change ourselves, right? Oh my gosh, for sure. But it can be really difficult to change somebody else. But what you might want to do is plant a seed, literally use me to be like, oh, hey, Jen, this was crazy this morning, or lady I'm working with. I was on TikTok this morning and I saw this lady who coaches people about their clutter and stuff. So if you're struggling, would you want to set up a consultation? She works on Zoom, any of this stuff, because it isn't, you're right. See, the funny thing is it's not about the cleaning of the house. It's about the clutter, and it's not about the clutter in the house, as you said. Somebody else said too, it's like feeling blah. If like you don't, sometimes we have been taught that if we are going to buy things, it's going to make us feel better. But then we buy the stuff, and the feeling of feeling better only lasts until maybe we get it home for a short minute, and then you just have this thing that clutters up your house. So tell her about destinationdecluttered.com. And the other thing too is this, I will offer this too, is I have worked in situations where it's been like an older person who struggles with the stuff, and maybe they don't have the mobility to move things or change things, but if you're her housekeeper, maybe you guys could work as a team, and she could get the coaching, you show up with her, and you make a plan together, and you work together, that could be a thing. Okay. She's been hoarding for 20 years. Okay, so she's got a 20-year backlog. That doesn't mean to say that she can't start working on it now. And oftentimes, once you learn a system, see, this is the thing. I teach a system. I teach a process that you've never had before, so it will make all the difference in the quickness of getting through the clutter, okay? And how I teach is how I show up right now. I am fun. I am authentically me because I can't be anything else. I am excited to help you learn, and I'm excited to teach you where you could do it easier, because I'm all about making it easy and fun. I make goofy jokes. I like to hang out. I'm like your co-pilot when you're on a road trip. It's like, where do you want to go? Let's get there. How can we get there? I have the map. I have skills. If you start veering off, I will remind you where you're driving towards. And it's just, I make it fun, because who's going to show up to do something that's arduous and painful? I'm not. Well, except for the class that I'm taking, but even then, it's kind of fun. Okay. I have sticky notes all around the house. Oops, to remind myself. Okay. I'm sick today. I'm going to look at all your stuff today. Awesome. I'm there. And if you have any questions, ask them in the comments, and I'll respond. All day ADHD in the same way. Okay, I want to relocate across the country. I love that. That's a great destination, and a great, it's travel related, so I love that. Okay, I need your recorded voice for morning affirmations. You know what? Here's what I want to offer to you. Start saying these affirmations in your own voice, and it's gonna be more powerful. But pretend it's me for a while, if it helps. Okay, 30 years of things for home and business. You got this. What a fun, exciting destination. Like, let's get you there. You can do it a little bit at a time, especially when you have the excitement of getting there. Again, doing a little bit at a time every day, really, you guys, is the key to it. What can you do today? What's the smallest little thing you could do today, every single one of you, to get your life moving in the direction of the life you want to love and look and feel? Okay, I don't have time to sort out your life. Oh, that's interesting. You have time to be scrolling here on the TikToks. I can't tell you how much 5 minutes can make a difference. I got up a little bit early because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to get ready. I put away a couple of dishes. I put on the thing. Like, you can do things, okay? Okay, here's the great thing. I'm scrolling back here. Sticky notes all around the house to remind me to clean and buy things, but it doesn't work. That's good to know. That is good to know that you're trying to help you do the thing, but just the process that you have. I take the drama out of it. You tried a system you thought was going to work for you. We all do this. What you found out, which is great, is that system doesn't work for you. That is a good thing to know, so don't do it again. Try something different. I have some tips for that. If you sign up for my mailing list, if you sign up for one-on-one coaching, we get so specific about your specific thing, and we create a solution that is specific to you. It's not like the overall thing that I can be very general. But this is what I recommend is, and the sticky notes around the place, I've been in people's homes. It just adds to the clutter. You get blindness. You don't see it anymore. You just need to change your system. And it can be easy. System is just how you do things. So it's simple and easy and works for you and your brain and your life. Okay? What else do we have? ADHD, it's totally too. If you want to change, bite me, I can't read. If you want to change, you can change. It's exciting. It really is. Go watch a bunch of my videos because they're not all about clutter. A lot of them are, and actually somebody else said like daily affirmations in my voice. Oftentimes I take a morning walk and I will record a little "you got this" type of thing. So go check out my videos, sign up for my mailing list, sign up for a consultation if you want one-on-one coaching. Okay, this is great. I'm so glad. So I'm only going to be on here for a few more minutes, but I started because I hate how my ADHD is. Yes, and I will say this: I have worked with ADHD clients. It tends to be a wheelhouse of mine, and I grew up in a house that people have ADHD, and I have a bit of it myself. But here's the thing: I got out of that situation, and through luck and through whatever, I had certain random jobs that I picked up pieces of how we did stuff, and I applied that to my own life, and I realized how these systems, these boring little systems that I did, like when I used to work for Pier 1 Imports and I was a visual merchandiser, or I was even just an hourly employee, we learned about, like items together and group things by color and don't put everything on the sales floor at the same time. So I help you with all these things that I've picked up over my decades of being me and being before and cluttered and unhappy, and then being uncluttered and much more happy. And then I apply those things to my life, and now oh my God, I just love my life. I want you to love yours too. And that's why I show up like this. Okay, you got this. Yeah, see, ask, start the conversation with her, Okay, I see, yeah, you're welcome. Everybody, this is cool. So I'm going to show up, tomorrow. There is a post pinned on my page because frankly, I can't remember when I'm showing up. I told myself I was going to do it, and I will do it. But every morning, to do this as a little inspo in the morning, basically I'm being very transparent. I want to reach the people who are struggling with what I am good at helping them with. Okay. So if you know people who are cluttered and struggling with their stuff, or they don't know where they want their lives to be, please tell them about me, because I want to help as many people as I can. This is why I'm showing up on TikTok, because I'm meeting some people. And yeah, I want to help people with what I am good at that you're struggling with. It would be awful for me to know that I have a solution to something that could help you and not to offer it if you want to change, okay? Oh, awesome. Okay. I will get that. And actually, stylist Stephen Clark, I will get back to you, because I can't believe I have noon on my calendar, because I think I have one at 11, and I have a haircut appointment today. So I will get back to you, I promise. I'm going to sign off, and we're going to coordinate something. I am located outside of Philly, but I only coach via Zoom, so it doesn't matter where I'm located unless you hear my Boston accent come out when I get wicked excited. Okay, so I'm so glad. Please, you guys, I'm only going to be here for a few minutes, but I just want to say I am Beth. I'm the Decluttering Life Coach. I help you with your clutter. I help you remove the things that don't matter to you anymore from your life, so you have space and time for the things that do matter, to do the things. And maybe you don't shop as much because you are out doing awesome things with your life, okay? Thank you, stylist Stephen Clark. I wicked appreciate it, because, God, I need a freaking haircut, okay? We will do it. So please, here's what I will leave you with. Follow my page here on TikTok, and then maybe get the word out to other people. If you know people that are struggling with it, just be like, hey, I saw this crazy lady who showed up at 7 a.m. on TikTok at her kitchen table. And she works with people who are struggling with their clutter. Get the word out. If you sign up for my mailing list, this is a cool thing. This is kind of fun. I love doing these. I really, so far, enjoy doing these TikTok lives because it seems like it's helping people. But also, if on my website, what I decided to do was, if you're on my mailing list, my email list, and trust me, I don't spam you because why would I clutter up your mailbox? But I have once a month live Zoom call that if you show up on Zoom, I make sure that there's time for everybody to share what they're struggling with so that I can help answer it specifically to you in kind of real time. And also oftentimes what you're struggling with might help somebody else, okay? And then you're welcome. And then the one thing else too is if you want to get the really good stuff is working with me one-on-one coaching via Zoom. I have a 10-week package that I offer, and how you start to find out more about that is there's a place on my website where you can schedule a consultation that I'm totally going to check to make sure I'm available because I want to be there for you, but we can work it out. And we get together on a Zoom call. You tell me what you're struggling with, and if it sounds like something I can help you with, we talk about what my package, what it looks like, what it costs, how we can work together to get you moving your life in the direction, the decluttered, awesome direction you want it to. Okay? So there we go. Okay. I don't see any more comments, so I think this is a perfect time for me to sign off. 7:30. Thank you all. It was really nice to meet all of you. Please do all the things that keep us connected so I can continue to help you. And I'm going to go look at my computer and see if I can arrange the call for this afternoon so I can get a haircut and do a consultation call. All right? This was awesome, you guys. Thanks so much. And check out when I'm going to be live tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Okay? Bye.